Hey, fiancé freaks, I'm Sam.
I'm Emily, and this is 90 Day Fiancé Freaks.
What a great question from the therapist this week, Emily. Who was your celebrity crush as a kid?
That was an awesome question, but I also loved how she got a little bit more specific than that when she said, your celebrity crush who you very first masturbated to.
Oh, yes. Can't forget that detail. Important one. I don't know what this did for their relationships exactly, but as a viewer, I was really happy with this question. I need to know. Now, I feel like Zied's was everyone his ages. Britney Spears.
Yeah, absolutely. Zied's was surprising because that's nothing like Rebecca. I loved how the therapist pointed that out immediately with each couple, whether it matched. She didn't point out when it didn't, but
Whether it matched their current spouse.
yes, exactly. But what I did notice about Zied's, who it matched, it seemed to match Rebecca's crush.
Oh.
Like they were the male-female version of each other, because Rebecca's crush was from the Dukes of Hazzard, Bo Duke, John Snyder.
Yeah. Yeah, they do kind of look like siblings, him and Britney Spears.
Exactly. Hers was the only one they flashed a picture of. It must have been the most obscure reference.
Yeah, the most obscure reference for sure.
But then we have Sarper's celebrity crush was Sharon Stone.
I mean, also super predictable.
Right, not surprising at all. What about Shekinah?
Okay, Shekinah, John Travolta, but wait, older, current John Travolta?
Okay, and first of all, she didn't even get to say it.
Right.
Sarper said it for her.
But do you think it's endearing that he knows that about her?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was super cute, but I also was kind of like, oh, come on, man. Let her say her own.
Yeah, I hear that. But it's kind of cute that he knows her crush. They must have talked about it before, clearly.
I agree that it's totally cute. Older John Travolta, that was one the therapist called out. All right, that makes sense. Do you see it with Sarper and John Travolta?
I don't.
I kind of do a little bit, like
Really?
the chiseled, kind of boxy chin and stuff.
Yeah.
The black hair.
All right. Kind of convincing me. Okay. It's just the vibe is very different vibe-wise.
Oh, the vibe, way different. Well, Patrick's celebrity crush was Demi Moore, specifically in Striptease.
Yet again and again, also very, yes, on the nose. Many a young man and woman.
And if that doesn't describe Thais,
She to a T, to an actual hair on her head T.
if Thais had a celebrity lookalike,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but why would I have not thought of that?
Right?
It's
Precisely.
perfect.
And apparently not only look alike facially, but breastically. Chestically.
Breastically, chestically, that's right. Because in the interview, Patrick says that when Thais went to go get her boobs done, he said, well, I really think that Demi Moore in Striptease has the best boobs ever.
And he showed her a picture, right? He showed her a picture and
so,
said, get
yeah.
these. Order up.
But then he says, don't do what she did and marry someone, was it 10 years younger?
Yes, Ashton Kutcher reference.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Thais's response? She's like, we'll see. Patrick did not laugh or giggle. He gave her a glare.
Well, don't ask the question if you don't want to open the door for an answer, my friend.
Exactly. You're at a marriage retreat for therapy.
Okay, you know who else got exactly who they had a crush / more on as a kid?
100% Russ.
Russ, Shakira. Oh my god, okay, exactly.
I'm pretty sure the therapist said, if you did not marry Shakira, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Pau says Her hips don't lie too, right?
Oh, that's right. Pau loved it. She was all about that reference.
Whenever you go through like a market, an open air like souk market, the vendors are always catcalling, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so many of them would be like, Shakira, Shakira. And you look around, you're like, the fuck you talking to? Because I look nothing like Shakira. So,
Too funny. Oh my gosh. But Pau truly is like Shakira. Okay, but Jenny's.
okay, how did Jenny's and Sumit's match though? Like Jenny likes a younger Tom Hanks,
Right. Goofy.
right? And then Sumit likes an older Bollywood star.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure they showed a picture of that older Bollywood star too, because we still don't know who that is. We're
Right,
saying
then,
older
yeah.
Bollywood star. But yes, right. They match so well.
That's so funny. He likes an older lady from the get-go, and she likes a
Right.
young spry.
But all the other cast members reacted to Sumit's celebrity crush and said that it made him like kinky and freaky. He's a little freak in the bedroom.
I mean, he likes what he likes. We gotta hand it to him. Always has, always will. So we gotta go there. Who's yours?
Okay, so obviously watching this, any viewer is going to think, who's mine? Like, who was my celebrity crush as a kid? And I don't know exactly right off the bat. So I kind of started thinking, and the first one that popped in my head was Johnny Depp from
Oh,
Pirates of the Caribbean. And then I thought, but really, I mean, I don't know. I think that's like what I wish it was. Like, that would be a cool answer. Like, I wish that was my young child celebrity crush. And then I thought a little harder.
Uh-oh.
Yul Brenner from The King and I.
Wait, must immediately look up.
Okay, I looked it up because people are going to be needing to Google this.
The King?
The King. The King from the 1956
Listen.
version of The King and I. He was also in The Ten Commandments. And I remember him in that too. And just seeing the cover when I Googled Yul Brenner and I saw the little
Emily.
cover of the Ten Commandments, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the one from my childhood.
Oh, Emily, I was not
There's
prepared
one-
for this.
There's one specific scene where he's in the ballroom. It's the scene that's on the cover.
okay.
Have you seen The King and I?
Oh, I have seen The King and I. No, I'm on board. I'm so on board.
There's the one scene where she's in that shiny gown that
Yes.
catches the light when she moves, and she's standing there waiting for him to dance with her, and he puts his hand out from across
does.
the
Yeah, he
ballroom and walks toward her with his hand out.
Yeah. And he's like shirtless. Is he shirtless in that one?
Oh my God. He's shirtless.
I mean, he's got like a coat, a jacket on, but like we got the chest. Oh. No, I'm here for it. I'm so listen. I wasn't prepared for it, but I am here for it now. Yes. Okay. I was gonna say Michael Bublé because just obsessed
yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
Obsessed. Posters on
Cute.
my wall, like listen every day. But now you have made me realize it was Marlon Brando.
Okay, in what? Like, why?
Like young, like Julius Caesar Marlon Brando. Like
Okay.
a young
Okay.
Marlon. What is wrong with us, Emily?
That's why this question is so good, because of the way that the therapist phrased it. Like, you have a surface level question that you might, tell
Yeah.
the world, talk about
Oh
at a
my
cocktail
gosh.
party,
Yes.
all the cocktail parties you and I go to.
Yes,
and
sure.
then peel that superficial layer away
Yes.
and get to the real deep shit.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Wow. This is, yeah, I didn't know that this answer was in there. I'm also, though, now coming to mind Patrick Swayze a la Dirty Dancing.
There we go. So good. And the clincher in this question for me is as a child.
Sure, yeah.
Because like Johnny Depp, Patrick Swayze, Dirty Dancing, that was like, you know, I'd already hit puberty, my teen years. Like, that's great. But I'm talking like you're a kid.
Oh, The King and I. That's so good. I'm going to have to watch it now.
Oh, you know who's we forgot to talk about? Kara.
Ooh, Vin Diesel.
That's right. But specifically in Triple X.
And I respect that answer, the specifics of it. Because a Triple X Vin Diesel, not mad at that. Some of the other Vin Diesels is questionable.
But absolutely no resemblance to Guillermo.
Could it be more different than Guillermo?
Right. Could not be.
Oh, their situation got tense. It got tense and intense.
Yeah, it really did.
So a lot of their conversation tonight developed around Kara's butthole.
Yes, it did. Which Sarper has viewed.
So do we blame him? Where do we stand on Sarper having like duh, it's there. Of course Sarper's seen it.
Right. Like why would he not? Or, you know, I guess my question is which of the other male cast has not viewed?
Precisely, Emily. They have all seen it.
If not before that dinner, certainly after.
I should hope so. I mean, the curiosity of it all, even if it's not, you know, for pleasure, like the curiosity. But what do you think about Guillermo's reaction? Is he justified?
I mean, there is so much to unpack here, right? Because in his interview, he says, Kara just needs to stop. This needs to stop. No, I don't think he's justified. Do you?
I don't know, Emily. I don't know.
Here's why I don't think he's justified, because they're not together.
Right.
He's saying that she needs to stop from a place of the fact that she is his baby mama.
Sure. Okay.
Not the fact that she is his partner. So at that point, it's like, we're not together. Fuck off, dude. I'll do whatever I want.
But the whole point is to get back together, right? That's why they're here. So no. Okay.
She's on the show to promote her music and her OnlyFans.
Okay, touche.
I have said that since the beginning of the show, Sammy.
You're going double down. Okay, I hear ya. But what Guillermo's saying, I'm saying, who knows why Guillermo's here? He does not have a budding music career. He does not have, that we know of, any butthole pictures online. His whole supposed thought process is, if we are going to make this work, if we're going to get back together, I don't want to be with someone who's going to be showing themselves like that on the internet. I can't say I disagree with that as far as just both people being comfortable with it. If both people are comfortable with you showing your bits online, hell yeah, show those bits, get that money. Yes. But if one of you is uncomfortable, like I would probably not be comfortable with my partner showing his bits online. And if he was just like, fuck you, I'm going to do that anyway because it makes me money, I would feel dismissed and disrespected.
Yes, I do agree with that, but I just think the timeline is way more important here. I think that they were already broken up when she started posting these types of pictures on OnlyFans. I think maybe she got on OnlyFans before they broke up, but I think it escalated and the type of pictures that she posted changed, but not until, I mean, at least that's what she said, because she said, the reason I did this is because I'm supporting my son.
Right.
And as a single mom.
Right.
So that implies that it was after they already broke up.
Okay, so then what about what Shekinah said? Did he ever come say, here's money so you don't have to do that? And the way Kara looked at her and shook her head so vigorously, no, he's never offered her money.
Right. And she has their son 6 nights a week.
Right. So you think Guillermo should have just come up, like, because he said he asked her what he could pay for, and she said nothing. So he's like, okay, nothing. So you think he should have come up and said, here's some money, take it for the kid?
Yeah, I do. I think it's one of those situations where don't fucking ask me what you can do. Just figure it out and do it.
Yeah, it's insulting.
The other question that comes to mind is, are these pictures really funding her son, or are they funding her music career?
Ooh, yeah, that's what Guillermo accuses her of, right? That
Yeah.
she said she was going to do this to fund her music career.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad you brought this up because I've said this before. Emily, I've said this to you before, and I hate to say it, I do, but Guillermo said it himself. It's embarrassing, and that's the issue here. I'm sorry.
Embarrassing to who?
To him, he is embarrassed of her. I'm sorry. I don't want it to be that way. I don't, but I've said it to you before. The bachata embarrasses him. He doesn't like his wife
You
being
have
that
said that.
character, being that person. And now he's saying that this is going to embarrass his son. But we really know it means it's embarrassing you as her, once lover, her being your baby mama, all that. I just think that's the real root of this issue, is that Guillermo is embarrassed of her.
Yeah, you're totally right there. Is he justified in being embarrassed of his baby mama, who he's not with, being on OnlyFans? Like, is that justifiable?
Can you help it? I don't know if it's a choice. You just kind of are or aren't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fucked up. I don't think he has any right to be embarrassed of her.
No, I don't think he has a right to be embarrassed of her either. But I just think culturally, it comes from a conservative culture.
Yeah.
Especially around sex and all that. Can you fight that?
It is. It's understandable, but I just don't think it's his place anymore.
Not anymore. I agree with you. Unless, again, they're trying to get back together, which you refuse to believe they are. So it's a moot point.
I do. I just do. I mean, do you think they're trying to get back together?
No, I just want them to be, though. So yes, in my mind, let me have this.
Do you know what I do think?
What?
I do think that they're trying to learn how to be better co-parents.
Okay.
That's why I think they're on the last resort. I think they know that they're stuck with each other for life, and they both would fucking die for their son.
Yeah.
Like the love that they have for that sweet little boy is so obvious from both of them individually, not as parents together, but as separate parents.
They're both very devoted parents. I tend to agree with you when I think about the fact that he left the room and slept somewhere else. He wasn't even trying to talk about it or like hang out and work it out.
Right. I really think they're just trying to address some of these deeper issues. Like I said, just to maybe try to not fucking hate each other anymore for the benefit of their son.
And that's what therapy's for too.
Well, once again, Sammy, Paola brings up the fact that she's the alpha female, and Russ makes her feel like she has to be that.
It's a lot of money talk this episode. We heard it from Karen Guillermo. Shekinah chimed in. Now Pao is, again, she starts with this little jab about she pays for his massages.
Right.
And she gets so emotional and she knows she's overreacting, but she just can't help herself because the thing that strikes me is it's been an ongoing issue. Years of this. And she said she's begged him to get a job for years.
That absolutely stood out to me from their segment. That's a long time to use that terminology from her perspective. Whatever really has happened, who knows? But from her perspective, she's been begging him to find employment. Wow, that's rough.
There's nothing more frustrating than being unemployed and then watching someone be willfully unemployed. Just do something. Turn an application. I don't know their situation, like you said, but she seems to be so resentful that he's just sitting at home with their son, and while she has to go out and hustle, and she wants to be home with their son.
Right. He's getting to spend all that time with their son, which I also question because how old is the son by now? Isn't he school age?
Yeah, I think he's 6, but...
So what's Russ doing now?
Maybe he's homeschooling the kid. Who knows? But again, however your family structure looks, that is awesome as long as everybody's on board.
Yeah.
So if you want more time with your kid, then yeah, your partner needs to pick up the slack so that you can have that more time with your kid, right? Like it reminds me of Manon and Anthony from The Other Way recently, where she was feeling really detached from her son. And so they made this huge move to France so that she could step in and have more time. And Anthony had to step up and get a job. And, it just seems to me that Pao really wants to fill that more traditionally feminine role. She wants to be home with her kid more, and Russ just will not do it. Why won't he get a job? Can he not? Is he applying and no one will hire him?
Well, so he hangs back after the dinner and talks to the therapist one-on-one, and he gives some insights into why he's not job seeking. Here's what he says, Sammy. He says that he needs to feel her respect and appreciation and support in order to go get a job.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. It's like you're expecting the cake before it's baked. Like like if you want her respect and her appreciation and her support, then go apply for some fucking jobs and just get any old job. Like,
you know what drives me fucking nuts about this, Emily? I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you want. You know what your kid feels? Fucking hungry. You know what he wants? A fucking snack. Who's going to pay for that shit? Like, I'm sorry. It just drives me nuts. So I get it. You need to heal the dynamic in your relationship so you both feel the way you want to feel from your partner. Meh, fine. Okay. But get up and pay the bills first.
Yeah.
Ain't no choice.
Yes, exactly. And he's just gotten way too comfortable, I think, with Pao's fame. Her fame and her success. She's been on multiple other shows. She's been on that GOAT show. I think she won that Greatest of All Time show.
Oh.
She's a pro wrestler. Like, she's famous. She's out there making money. She's successful. And I think he's gotten lazy. That's what I think.
Damn, okay.
And I think maybe that her having all that success probably has made him lose self-respect and not feel appreciated.
Interesting.
So I also think that's true, but he's not going to gain it back unless he makes some changes himself.
Yeah, it's just such an excuse. I'm sorry. It's just such an excuse.
Yes. But after the dinner, they also have a big fight that night. And then early in the morning, Russ wakes up and wants to go to the gym and wakes Pao up, and she's pissed and her anger comes out.
I mean, she's a fiery Latina. He knew this all along.
She is fed up. She is so pissed at him.
So he woke her up intentionally or sneaking out the door? He just wasn't quiet enough. What was it?
I feel like it was the latter.
Okay.
Which it's just a symptom, right? Her getting pissed about that is a symptom of a much larger problem.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. She's sleep deprived. The woman is sleep deprived. Okay. Her 6-year-old sleeps in her bed. That's the much larger problem. And she says that. She's like, we're here for 3 weeks. I need some fucking sleep.
Right.
But is it infuriating if your partner isn't intentionally silent, sneaking out of the room?
I mean, yeah, if they know that's important to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sneak your ass out. Be extra quiet. Use your phone light. Like, don't turn on. It just, to some extent, I agree, because it is very frustrating when someone's just like clanging around and you keep getting woken up and falling back asleep anyway.
Definitely. Russ and Pao really do seem like they actually want to work on their relationship and get better, because Pao is willing to admit that her temper is an issue for them. She says that in the interview. So after this big fight in the morning, Russ calls the therapist to do a one-on-one therapy session. And Pao is really receptive. I mean, she's fucking pissed, but she's self-aware. She's willing to notice these things about herself.
Yeah, she does say she has maybe some anger issues that she could work through. We love a self-aware lady.
Absolutely.
Now, they get a lot of contribution to their conversation from Patrick at the dinner.
Patrick is butting into everyone's business.
Pat be chiming in. And honestly, Emily, I'm not that mad at it.
Oh, really? Okay, so what did he say about them?
His overarching thing is that there is a double standard. That if men spoke the way that Pao did, all the women would be up their ass about it. Pao calling Russ an expense, saying that she has to pay for his massages, saying that he said, if I spoke about Thais the way that you speak about Russ, you would absolutely not stand for it. And he says that again later on, that if any man here spoke that way about the women here, you guys would not have it. Pao screams at him, but then apologizes. She said, I'm not yelling at you, I'm yelling at everything.
Yeah.
But then Pat comes in, and the therapist, right? Do you remember the therapist was saying that the men really need to take time to compliment their partner? Again, learn what a compliment fucking is first, and then compliment your partner.
Right.
And then Pat comes in and says, and make sure you have a big wallet.
Yes, he did say that, which really came into play in the Karen Guillermo situation too. Someone said if Guillermo was rich, Kara's butthole wouldn't be on the internet.
She said that. Yeah, she said if Guillermo was rich, my butthole wouldn't be on the internet. Yeah, damn straight.
So Patrick's just calling it out. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He does say that Russ is getting bullied.
That's, come on.
That's a little far.
Russ is fucking fine. Okay. Yeah, that's a little far, but I the double standard comment I agree with.
Well, Russ and Pao's entire segment was really heavy and really intense. One thing that I really loved at the very end, when they're actually in the sex therapy session and they're talking about what dynamic sex is, the definition of that, and the therapist is describing that as having sex in multiple places, inside, outside, just all over the place. And Russ turns to Pao and whispers, remember? And Pao says, long time ago, with like a nostalgic smile on her face.
Oh, break my heart.
It was heartbreaking and so cute and actually hopeful as well.
Okay.
Because he was remembering their amazing past, their fiery past.
Ooh, let's hope they can get back there, or to some semblance of a new version of that.
There we go, a new version of that. I love it. Well, speaking of massages, Patrick also brought that up, the fact that he gives Thais foot and hand massages.
That's awesome. I love a good hand and foot massage. I really, truly do. I just felt like it was such a non-answer to what they were talking about.
They were talking about if there are ways other than financially that you can show support and love, because things got so focused on finances and money, and the man needs to be rich, and the therapist was trying to steer them away from that, saying, how can you show love that is not financial? And that's when Patrick said that about the hand and foot massages. And then that was when Pao chimed in about massages and brought it back to money again.
Right. Right back to money.
These poor therapists.
Right, they're out here trying, but these couples are like, no, I'm not having it. Always circles back to sex and money, I tell you. That's why we're here.
Right, because that's also a major issue for Patrick and Thais this episode, because Thais is wondering if Patrick is satisfied after having sex several times a day.
Do we think he's a sex addict?
I mean, no. Do you?
No, I just think he's probably a young, virile guy that,
that has a sex swing.
Yeah, he's got a high sex drive, that's for sure.
Right, and so that is what we're left with at the end of this week's episode, is the therapist asking the 3 questions that we can ask to determine if you're a sex addict. Of course, we have to list those. Do you have excessive, obtrusive thoughts about sex that prevent you from doing your job? Mm-hmm. Patrick said no.
No. Prevent him? He said, prevent me from doing my job? No.
The next question we were left hanging. Does Patrick have an excessive masturbation desire? And she goes so far as to say, like, you're in the middle of your work day and you have to go masturbate in the bathroom.
Yep. Yeah.
Patrick doesn't answer. It's
He hesitates for so long.
Lots of hesitation, lots of stuttering, but I think that was the camera work. I think we're going to come back next week and it's
Okay.
going to be like, no.
No? Okay. I think he's gonna say, well, I've masturbated at work before, but do I have to? No, I just
I just have. And the third question is yet to be revealed.
Oh, any guesses what it might be?
Oh my God. No, I have no idea. I've never thought about the 3 questions that you have to ask yourself to decide whether or not you are a sex addict.
Well, then I think maybe that's the third question is, have you ever asked yourself what questions you need to ask yourself to determine if you're a sex addict?
There we go. There we go. Well, Sammy, the absolute best part of this fancy etiquette dinner is the very end when Sarper grabs the dessert tray and marches out. Of course, leading up to that, Guillermo storms out in anger, and then Pau storms out in anger, and the whole dinner just crumbles into pieces, and Sarper's like, fuck that, I'm still getting dessert.
I mean, the Turkish way. I respect it. It's no stick of butter, but I respect it. They did look like delicious desserts.
Right. Well, we got just a tiny insight into Sarper and Shekinah's sex life, which honestly was shocking to me in this episode.
They're still having sex? I thought they were broken up. What's happening?
Right, because Shekinah says they're having sex during the interviews.
In the break, but not like on the couch during the interviews. Because that's what was my first thought. I was like, oh, are we like, it's just like a straddle. And
Right, like get out, cameraman, shoo, or stay.
or not.
Either
I
way.
mean, do they have an OnlyFans?
I don't know.
But yeah, so on a break, they're in like a closet or something. Do you think they really are having sex, or do you think they just said it for the, shock value of it?
I think that before the information I learned in this episode, I would have thought, yeah, they are. Because I always thought that sex was their biggest superpower, their biggest strength. I don't know. Everything they said during the sex therapy session kind of threw me for a loop. Like, Sarper can only finish in one position? And he likes missionary? I don't know why that was shocking to me. I really didn't expect that.
It tracks to me. Isn't it? Don't they say that more attractive people are lazier in bed because they don't have to work as hard for it?
That's a really good point. Yeah, for sure. I guess I just always thought because they're so outwardly sexual in the way they present themselves, I don't know, that it would be a lot more interesting behind the closed doors.
Or so experienced. Like, he's seen so much. He's had
Exactly.
sex with so many women. He has to have seen every position and then some, right? Apparently not. Just seen the old missionary.
So in my previous impression of them, yeah, for sure they're having sex in the closet during the middle of interviews. But
Right.
what I know of them now, can he even get it up
Oh,
for that type of sex during an interview? It's not his one
Yeah.
position.
how are they doing missionary in the closet during the interview? You're right. Logistically does not
So
work.
I don't know if that was authentic or not.
Okay. It just seemed like they were in such a bad place coming in that I just didn't think they were doing it. But I'd love to stand corrected on it. Get it in the closet.
Well, and sometimes the best sex is that angry sex.
True. Add it to Rebecca's list of types of sex.
If you are in a bad place, even if not even makeup sex, like you're still mad sex.
Maybe this is a really sexual castle.
Ooh.
Maybe it just has a sexy vibe and you can't resist. Okay, speaking of sexy vibe, the way Jenny pushed Sumit onto the bed face down and took a picture of his fully clothed in khakis ass. What? Do you think that's how they are in bed?
What, like Jenny bends him over the edge of the bed?
I mean, or just throws him around.
I fucking hope so. That's hilarious. I love that the instant they got back to the room, Jenny brings it up. We should do OnlyFans. they're making a lot of money on there. Let's do that. We'll move out. We'll make money. We'll move out of your parents.
And the recurring theme, get me the fuck out of your parents' house. And Sumit, so cheeky, or no pun intended, he says, I don't have an ass.
And then in the morning, they keep the joke going. Jenny's like, I posted it on the social media. We got $10. And then she's like, just kidding.
They are hilarious together. They're the only vanillas, the only ones that don't have kinky on their boards.
That's right. What a delight.
But that seemed pretty kinky to me, guys. Honestly, the most we saw of Rebecca and Zied this episode was Rebecca chiming in on other people's relationships.
Yeah, which we love.
We are so here for. There wasn't a whole lot between her and Zied, although I do think these same themes run true for them as well. The money, that dynamic of who makes the money, who wears the pants, who's the, quote unquote alpha.
Yes, because Rebecca works such long hours.
Right.
And Zied has nobody to hang out with.
Right, but he comes from a culture that is used to the man being the provider, so.
Then why isn't he out working long hours too? Or normal hours so she doesn't have to work long hours?
Well, hopefully we see.
Well, Sammy, I just have to say what I am not looking forward to next week.
Okay.
Kara and Guillermo's homework, staring into each other's eyes.
What's wrong with that?
They don't belong together. That's what's wrong with that.
How long do they have to stare into each other's eyes for?
I don't know how long. Any amount of time is torture.
That makes a difference to me. I can handle it for a few seconds, but it gets long if it's minutes on end.
I'm guessing it's more than a few seconds.
It just gets awkward. I don't care who you are. I'm looking forward to finding out if Jenny and Sumit maybe are kinkier than they let on, because apparently Jenny in the kitchen makes Sumit horny.
They're just so cute. Like, yeah, that was cute to me. Love it.
Yeah, they're just so typical and normal, aside from the, intercultural confusions. But
yeah.
Couple quick questions on Russ and Pao.
Let's do it.
Are they still in love?
Honestly, in spite of everything, yes, I think they are.
Oh, okay. Do they have chemistry?
No, I don't think they do anymore.
Do you think it's because of the whole power imbalance, Russ not working?
Yeah, I think it's that, and also just having a kid.
Oh, okay.
Especially sleeping in their bed.
Does that impact chemistry, Emily? What?
And it's sad because they definitely had chemistry at the beginning of their relationship. So do I think there's potential to reclaim that chemistry? Absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that answer. Was she in it for the visa?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't. I didn't back then. I don't now.
Who wears the pants?
Oh my gosh. Well, obviously Pao does.
Obviously. Has she always worn the pants is my question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you think so?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Not the pants, but the teeny tiny little booty shorts that she would come downstairs in.
That's right. Yeah, girl.
When she lived in Oklahoma. Did you think they would end up here?
I honestly didn't.
Really? Okay.
When the cast list for this season first came out, I was really surprised to see them on it. They're well established. They've been together for a really long time.
Yeah, precisely. It was a bit surprising. My 90-day takeaway is from their dinner together. The therapist says, really take time to compliment your partner on who she is. And make sure you have a big wallet, says Patrick. Okay, noted.
Those two things together are very important. Well, my 90-day takeaway this week is sex, money, and celebrity crushes. The most important parts of a relationship.
Ooh, yes. And how much those celebrity crushes tell us about people.
That's it, Fiancé Freaks. If you liked this episode, be sure to match our freak by subscribing, leaving a review, and following 90 Day Fiancé Freaks on social media for more.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.